I want you guys to know that life for me wasn't always like this. It was only literally 8 years ago where I lost my job. I had so much debt. I had very little money in my bank. I was depressed. It was at the point where daily I was asking myself, what is the point? And I know a lot of you guys can relate to that, where you just feel stuck, where you feel like you don't have the answers, where you feel like there's no solutions for your problems. What you guys must understand is if you do exactly as you're doing right now, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you're going to be in the same situation. Getting out of the current cycle you're in is easier than you think, because all you need to do is introduce something into your lives. Now, it's not going to be the stock market, but for me, it's what saved me, and there is no reason why it can't do the same for you guys. Guys, I have an amazing community of people who are changing their lives by the week, and this is because they've allowed them to introduce the stock market into their lives. They've allowed it to build a new income stream for them, build a new skill. And the great thing about that is nobody can take it away from them. So it's truly amazing to see this change just take place week after week and see the messages, see the results that everybody is getting. Guys, the month of May for me was absolutely amazing. And we're taking that same energy into June. This is the last trade that I posted in the Patreon yesterday for the members to jump into, and that trade is already up massive, up 40%. It's doing big numbers, but this is just a sneak peek because it's still cooking right now. Still got a long way to climb, but I will give you guys a full update on this trade in a couple of days' time. So if you guys are in a situation where you feel stuck, where you feel lost, where you feel like you don't have the answers, I highly recommend you guys join the community, because the things that are taking place, I don't really have any words for it. I want to teach you guys a few things in today's video, because I'm noticing some changes taking place in the market that you guys are going to want to know about and understand what's taking place. But firstly, if you take a look at how the majority of the market is looking at things, you can see that this is on the IG sentiment report. So they take all their clients, see all their positions, and then they let you know what side of the trade they're on. Are they long? So do they believe the market's going to go up? Or are they short? They believe the market's going to go down. Take a look. 69% of client accounts are short on the S&P 500, guys. This means that the majority of people out there in the markets are banking on prices going lower, are banking on the market moving down. And you guys know that it's my duty, my mission, to ensure that you guys have the right information always. So you're positioned where you need to be, you're in the right lane, and you're not making the mistakes that I see everybody else making out there. Let me introduce you guys into something called the false breakdown. Because this is what's taken place in the last couple of days, and this is what 70% of the market have completely overlooked. But I don't want you guys to overlook it. I want you guys to understand what's going on in the markets. The false breakdown is what happens from time to time, and it's something that you are most definitely going to want to be able to recognize and take advantage of. Okay? So let's break this down. It all starts with an area of support, and this area of support is around this level here. You can see a collection of price at that support level. Then you get what we call an impulsive leg down, so a break below that support level. See a big red candle, flushes out a lot of people out there in the markets, causes a ton of confusion. Everyone goes short in the market. But that's it. Because it's the false breakout. Okay, it's not a true breakout. It's not a breakdown. Sorry, it's not a true breakdown. It's one that isn't sustainable, because then you get a very quick reversal. Okay, this reversal took place over 24 hours. By the next day, all of that had been recovered. So now you get that impulsive move higher, and then you're back above that support level. So that's that false breakdown. But the key part of all of this is the test. You're always going to get a test afterwards, and the test came here. The test is where price moves back down, tests that support level, and either it survives or it doesn't. If it survives, you're going to get this candle with this long wick as buyers rush in and flood in, and those that understand what's going on buy into the market. That's exactly what took place. And then thereafter that is where price just goes higher and higher. And you're starting to see that take place. And this was the reason, one of the reasons why I actually entered into that trade that I shared with you guys a couple of minutes ago, that I will share more details in a couple of days' time. But that was part of the reason, because of the fact that I identified this false breakdown. I was a part of the 30%, not the 70%. I always want you guys to be on the right side of the trade, not the wrong side of the trade. As you can see, it's playing out very, very well. And obviously the members over the Patreon also got into that trade, and they're doing phenomenal. But it all starts with the identification of this price dynamic that took place a couple of days ago. And that's it, guys. The markets aren't complicated. The markets are a lot more simple than you think. Let me share with you guys what Jalen said from over the Patreon. Says, hey Sankey, what do you think of a call option on ticker symbol SIRI, SIRI? It's at $2.60 right now. Strike price is $3.50. Expiration date is August the 16th, and it's 10 cents a contract. All right, so right off the back, SIRI, I don't know what this is, but this is what we call instrument selection. Okay, your instrument. This is a key piece of the puzzle, because this is where most people kind of fall off on the first hurdle, picking the right thing to trade. When it comes to me, I'm rotating probably about 5 different instruments, and that's it, because I'm familiar with them. I know how they move. So that just completely boosts my win rate very, very quickly if I'm very familiar with them. If I go ahead and pick SIRI, I don't know what the management's doing. I don't know what the fundamentals. I don't know what's going on with them. So that's why you want to stick to a few names that you know about. And this is a $2.60 stock. So that means that they've got a whole heap of problems. If they're only $2.60, they've got a ton of problems going on. Otherwise, that share price would be higher than it is. Normally, when it comes to me and what I'm trading, the lowest instrument that I've traded, I think, is around, I think it's probably around $50 and up. Anything below that, you're going to start to introduce a lot of difficulties, because even if you had the right setup, everything looked good, it could just get blown out by something the CEO said, or, there's all sorts of issues that are going to take place when you start venturing into this penny stock realm to try and trade them. So already it's not looking good. You've got a strike price of 50. So this is what we call a far out of the money option, because the current price is 260, the strike price is 350. That's a long way away from where it is. All of my option trades, they're just slightly out of the money. That's it. I don't need to pick something so far out of the money. The reason why it's only slightly outside the money is because as soon as it moves in the direction I expect it to move, those options are going to print heavily. So that's why I get the 50%, the 100% very, very quickly. When you start picking something that's 350, even if this moved up to, let's say, 280, 290, those 350 options are only going to go up by a bit. You really need for it to get going before you actually start materializing some good return on those options. You have a expiration date of August 16th. So again, this is a far out expiration date, way further than I would be trading. This is months in the future. So again, it means that even if you're right directionally, you're not going to be rewarded for some time. So all of my options, they're between 7 to 14 days, and that's it. That's all I need, 7 to 14 days. Depending on the setup and everything, I'll go for either 7 days or I'll go for 14 days. And as soon as it starts moving in my direction, the return is just delivered. Okay, 50, 60, 100% return is delivered very, very quickly. And this is 10 cent a contract. So a lot of people get lured into these low contract options because it's cheap, so they can think, it's only 10 cent, but they're more like lottery plays. They're cheap for a reason. They're 10 cent for a reason. Most of my options are 100 and up. Sometimes it dips below 100, to be fair, if I'm trading on TQQQ, but I'm never entering anything into 10 cent just because the price is going to be a reflection of the quality of the contract. And I've gone through and explained the reasons why. So if you actually just take what I've said and actually apply it, it's going to put you in a position very, very quickly to actually boost your win rate massively and start seeing some quick success, right? With those kind of fundamental rules on instrument selection, strike price, expiration date, you'd be good to go. Guys, that's the video for today. I'll catch you guys in the next one.